Hello, my name is Blair and welcome to another OS operating system. Today we're gonna take our first look into Edubuntu 23.04. So this distro, Edubuntu 23.04, was reinstated and a rebirth of the old Edubuntu, which is focusing on the students and the educators. So let's try to see the website ubuntu.com. So as you can see, you have the information right here. Well, you have the Ubuntu desktop, but we'll try to go to edubuntu.org. Freedom for every classroom. A stable, secure, and privacy, of course. This is for educators and for the students. So this is focused for the classroom and the schools. And by the way, Edubuntu is free, no charge. Education is the key to unlock the golden door of freedom. That's George Washington. So this is a resource-friendly software library. Is also supported with the language, and Edubuntu is a free and open source, and it is free to download and modify it if you want to, if you know the source. This is a solid foundation for the Edubuntu from the Ubuntu distro that is popular with our Linux operating system that powers millions of devices all over the world, including servers like websites. So you can connect with them with their Twitter account or the Mastodon. So you can contribute if you want to make a better Edubuntu experience. Download. So you have this Edubuntu 23.04 Lunar Lobster. That's the ISO file. You can download it. And of course, I already downloaded this. So let's go to the Edubuntu by going to our system. I'm gonna use the VirtualBox for this one. So let's go to the ISO. I already gave this VirtualBox with 8 gigabytes of system memory. The video has 130 megabytes SVGA. Disable the remote desktop server. Recording is also disabled, but of course I'm recording this into our OBS, as you can see right here, our OBS. So as you can see, we have the ISO file and choose. So if you want to use your hardware, you can also use it. I'll demonstrate that one in the next video. So let's go to our Edubuntu. I will not install this in my VirtualBox, neither into my hard drive right now, but I'm planning this to install it into my old desktop or to my old laptop computer, which is basically an HP 15. So let's wait for the ISO file to download everything so that we could visit into this operating system. So instead of installing Edubuntu, let's just try Edubuntu. Let's click that one. Let's wait for the application or the ISO file to download into our VirtualBox, and we have some error, failed, but let's fix that one. As you can see, I'm using the pen mouse right now, the Air mouse. It's kind of cool. We have the right click, left click, middle click, and the wheel. So it's basically like your old mouse, optical mouse. So wow, we have this. So it's a little bit big. So let's try to change the settings, go to display, go to our 1080, which is 1080. Where are you, 1080? Am I blind? No, I'm not. Let's click apply. So as you can see, it is the light version, not the dark version. Let's move this one because I already changed my resolution. Let's go to appearance. Appearance will be, I like the dark mode, not the light mode. It is pleasant to the eyes. Let's go to the website of Edubuntu first and read some information about this. So we're here at Edubuntu website. So as you can see, they have a lot of information right here about the feature, about its solid foundation, and of course we just download it via this website and download page. Let's try to click feature. So the feature, we have the software library that you are free to take advantage to this huge ecosystem of software, free and open source software, which is FOSS. You can search that one in my channel. I'll be adding that in the description later. So they also have the resource friendly, which is Edubuntu runs great even in the old hardware, and less e-waste, more e-learning. Why is it we are focusing on this old hardware, especially if I'm planning to install it as one of my OS or operating system in my old HP 15 2011 laptop, so that we will try to lessen our e-waste. So of course, in the spirit of Ubuntu, and Ubuntu supports a vast array of languages, that's including Thai, English, French, Spanish, of course, because we have large Spanish community, yes. We also have large Chinese community, but it is mostly focused on, I think, especially in Singapore, they have a lot of Chinese immigrants from China. They're immigrating to Singapore as they have the freedom to choose, freedom to speak. No offense to the Communist Party of China, but of course you have your own country to run. Let the Southeast Asia be free with all this stuff. It will be open source. So Ubuntu is free and open source. You can free to download it and modify if you want to, and especially if you are a developer at the same time, you can also change this software, of course modify it if you want to, and add some dependency to maintain it. It is a solid foundation, to be exact, because millions of users just like me operating system with Ubuntu, and especially not only that, but I'm also using the KDE Neon, the Ubuntu Genome desktop environment, including the KDE Neon Plasma 5.27, are all based in Ubuntu. So that is why millions of power users are using Ubuntu all over the world. If you want to put it on the bootable USB, go to the Balena Etcher. So as you can see, we have the Balena Etcher right here. So as you can see, you can download this with your Linux, Windows, and Mac. So just select this, download. If you have Windows, if you have Mac, and if you have Linux, just download this one and click. After you click, let me open that one. So as you can see, we opened the Balena Etcher. Just click flash from the file. So we have Edubuntu. We have Edubuntu right here. Just click and then click it open, and then go to the target, which is your USB. And then if you select the USB, just click flash and then wait for 100%. And then if it's already finished and verified, then you have to click the X right here and then reboot your computer. And then when you open, you have the options to select your boot sector, which is either, it depends on your laptop, if you have F1, F2, or sometimes F9 or F10. So it depends on your keyboard and your motherboard. Sometimes one of the laptop that I try to install, they have the escape key. Press it and then you have the bootable sector that you will select. And then when you find the Edubuntu, just make sure that you make it as the first to boot. Like if you have the options to make it up or down, probably you will click F5 for going down, F6 for going up to the sector of the first to boot. So let's try to see. This is the installation. So when you click install, just click install. So we have English. Click continue. After you continue, select your preferred language keyboard and then click continue again. And then you have the selection normal and download. You have to click the normal and the download and press continue. It will take a little bit long, so just wait until the software will appear everything and then you could continue. Right now I have already the Lunar right here, the Lunar Ubuntu, and the reinstall. So, or you can click right here if you have Edubuntu, and then alongside with Ubuntu Lunar, you can do that one. Some of you will see this as Windows right here in this area. It will be Windows 11, Windows 10. It's up to you what kind of Windows are you using. So you can also select this one as alongside, or you can click erase or click entire disk, but most of the time I prefer just to click alongside so that you will have your Windows and Ubuntu, or Windows and Edubuntu, and then you just click continue and you have the options to move this and then install now, and then wait for 100%, and then you'll tell you that you need to restart your computer. So I will not do that one for now because I will let you see what is the application and the appearance and the app center. So let's try to see the appearance first, because we already opened this appearance right here. So the appearance of Edubuntu, you have the default, which is the light version, and you have the dark version. You have the option to have the orange highlight, or you have different colors right here. You have gray, green, and so on. And I want you to experience this one, because in Windows you are limited to different wallpaper, but sometimes you go to the website that is so sketchy that you might end up with a lot of virus. So yeah, we have this background, we have this nice colored pencils also, Nice. Another colored pencils right here. Very nice. How about the other style of colored pencils? Wow, that's cool. How about Mount Everest? It is only graphics, but it is very gorgeous. Look at that! How amazing, right? And of course, you have the default right here, which is the graduation. Now we have the crayons. So cool. There's a kid in the blur. And we also have the kid, silhouette kid, reading a book. Next is the hardbound books. This one is just graphics, computer graphic generated image. Next is, wow, I like this one, colored chalks. We have the alphabet at the same time. Of course, the lunar lobster. Another lunar lobster right here. What is this? Oh, it is a default of the Ubuntu wallpaper. So nice. We also have the nursery books right here. Cool. Again, we have the colored chalk. A, B, C, books, apple, and crayon. Wow. We also have the stars. This one is, I love this one. It is a library. How I wish we have this library right here in Thailand. I just hope. And another hardbound books and a pen and a notebook. And of course, we have the default Lunar Lobster Linux desktop wallpaper. How about this one? I forgot this one. Ah, okay. This is the luminous grass. And of course, we have the black and white version, or the chrome of the lunar lobster. What is this? Is this just a plain cream color wallpaper? And this one is a light bulb. And oh yeah, this is Play-Doh, the kid stuff. And of course, it still go back to the glossy something-ish. I better use the library. I love the library settings. The appearance of the wallpaper, I love this one. So I'll just better use the wallpaper of the library so that it will be awesome for me. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. So let's go to the Ubuntu desktop. I don't want to have this in my desktop personal folder, so I turn it off. Plus, I want to hide the trash, plus the volumes or the mounts. And I want this to be at 32. It's just right. It's just right here. It's just right. The icons will be okay. So let's go to the application. No, let's go to the settings first, this area. So sound, you can change it from your built-in without an amplifier. You can also amplify this over amplified. You have the options to left and right balance your microphone, of course. built-in or USB. It depends on your preferred microphone. Power. I set it right now in balance, not in power saver. Blank screen? Never, because I'm demonstrating right now. When on battery, suspend? Yeah, that's okay. Automatic power saver? No, let's turn it off. How about the percentage of the battery? Yes, it's still 100. Oh, yeah, it's already 100. Should I unplug mine? No, I'm still testing this, so I need the battery. So we already been to the display. Now let's go to the mouse. I prefer these into a little bit slower so that I could control my mouse right here. And traditional will be okay. Keyboards. I like keyboards, so let's try to see if what we could find right here. How about Filipino? Because I'm a Filipino Linux user. I move it up there so that I could like change. What's the difference between the keyboard? Let's show the keyboard. So as you can see right here, the Alt right here. If you click the Alt right here, it will give you the Enye compared to the English. Where English? Let's go back to English. This is the English. As you can see, it is just plain without any Enye and the Latin or the Spanish. But right here in Latin Spanish, you have all those stuff that you need to without any changes in your keyboards. So that is why it is advisable to use Filipino if you are a Spanish or a English speaker and you need the keyboards within 2. So I recommend you to use Filipino. That is just my own preference, okay? It's still up to you. Printer, of course, I didn't put any printer yet. User, no, we're still in the live user, so you can set your default right here. I didn't put VLC yet because I'll use the VLC for the music and for the video, so I have to download that one later. And then time and date, I prefer the AM PM. Automatic will be okay. Of course, I'm here in Thailand, so my time zone is in Thailand, supposed to be Bangkok. Alright, there it is, Bangkok. And about of our Edubuntu. So as you can see right here, I have my virtualization for my virtual machine. I use the Oracle virtual machine for this visualization. The windowing is X11 with the Genome 44. It is not available. Well, we'll try to see that one later as we install the Neofetch 2. So let's go back to the default later. But first things first, let's go to the application. What application are we looking into this? We have the art. We have draw, the GIMP, the GNU image manipulator program, the Inkscape, and of course your other art things. And Ubuntu info and admin right here. You can also ask Ubuntu. You also have the extension right here, which is very good, and it is very awesome to have this extension, the Genome extension, to be available as it is available right here in our Edubuntu 23.04. So, yep, this is the Edubuntu. That is the extension. You can also download some of the application via their website at extensions.genome.org. Games, we have only 3 games right here, but we have other games aside from that one later. G-Brainy, G-Comprise, yes, I love G-Comprise. Yeah, there it is. Run it to the background. So yeah, you could play this one for the kids from the elementaries to the, let me see, until the high school. Yeah, Gparted is also pre-installed. Language and learning, we have Calibre, ebooks editor, ebooks viewer. We also have the Hangman, and the Scribus is also here. Plus I noticed we have the dictionary right here. Dictionary. Language support, LibreOffice, including LibreBase, LibreCalc, LibreDraw, LibreImpress for your PowerPoint presentation slideshow, LibreMath for your formulas and equation, LibreCalc is for your spreadsheets, LibreDraw is for your publication, and of course LibreWriter is your document writer. You also have the map right here. The maps is actually the Google Maps counterpart, but it is open source, so you are free to navigate right here. So Kunken is also here. Yeah, you could. Iloilo, my hometown, Iloilo, the former capital in the 17th century. No, it's in the later part of 19th century Philippines. Iloilo was one of the capital, but it was moved back to Manila. Yeah, because at the time Manila has a revolution, which is the Kingdom of Tondo. Yeah, the Kingdom of Tondo, which is raging war that time in Manila, so they moved the capital into Iloilo at that time. So yeah, this is the maps, the open version. We also have the Marble, which is the counterpart of the Google Earth. So as you can see right here, you can move this, including these beautiful star system that we have. So if I move it, you can also see where is the moon, where is the star constellations. Hurt right here. Oh, Ursa Major and Ursa Minor right here. So that is our Google counterpart of Marble. Let's close that one. Let's go back to, we have the mathematics, the contour, and all those stuff right here. The KM plot, algebra right here. Science. Well, I'm teaching science right here in Sanabin School in Thailand. To be particular, it is in Khon Kaen. It is the northeast region right here in Thailand. So as you can see, if I open my desk right here, I'm teaching the computer. That's including Scratch, a Linux program. So also both science, grade 5 and grade 6. So that is why I'm into computers. Right now, I'm trying to educate you with free open source operating system like Edubuntu 23.04, and at the same time it is very important to have this because it is also a science-friendly OS. So as you can see, we have the atomics, we also have the light speed, and this is what I love. Stellarium is one of my best tool for the star maps. As you can see, let's full screen this one so that you can see. Let's move the clock. Let's move. Okay, there it is. So we are facing at the south side. So let's move this into the north side. Where is our star? The North Star. Uh-oh. See the Polaris, our North Star right there. So let's turn on the constellations. There's our beautiful artwork there. The names and the constellation itself. So yeah, this is how I teach my students right here in Sanambin. That's one of my software that I'm teaching them. So that's in our science category. Let's move on to the other side. We have the social science also. We have the grumps and the geographics. Asia. Yeah. So it is one of my best tool for my students to educate them. At the same time, in our application, we have the software updates and startups. Also, we have also the technology right here. Utilities for the terminal. Okay, let's go into our let's go into our utilities. Let's open this one. Our resources right here, as you can see. When I push the resources, it is not too heavy. We only like running like 3 gigabytes, only 35% of the given of 8 gigabytes of memory that I put it into this computer, into this virtual machine that I have, and the internet is just only some signs of pings right here. So it is not giving away a lot of information. That is Windows is the telemetries of Windows. So let's go back to the terminal. So let's try to see the terminal. So let's make it big so that you can see. Let's try Neofetch so that we will see the application. No, we don't have the Neofetch right now. So let's try to install. Just sudo. What is the meaning of sudo? The super user do, or sudo. So you'll try to know what is the meaning of sudo. It is the super user do. So space. We give it apt, not apy, apt, and then install Neofetch, which is actually right here. As you can see, we can find the Neofetch. So install this. So let's try to install. Click Y, yes, to continue, and it will just install it by itself. You can also use the software center to install some of your applications. So I just wanted to just let you see the terminal, because they told us that Linux is not easy to navigate, but of course, as you can see, it gives you the impression that you have the option. So let's try Neofetch. There you have it. Our Neofetch is VirtualBox right now. VirtualBox is 1.2. The kernel is generic kernel Linux 6. Packages and the snap packages also here. The bash, which is right now I'm using. 5.2. Resolution is, of course, 1080. And I'm using the desktop environment Genome 44 and 11th generation Intel i5 VMware. Yeah, I have the VMware adapter, and at the same time I only gave this as 8 gigabytes of random access memory. So that's how you install via terminal. How about via the App Center or the Application Center? As you can see, we are trying to ready our software category. So the Neofetch desktop is also right here. So if you want to do not use the terminal right here, the terminal, if you don't want to use the terminal for adding the application, you just click right here into your application and try to install it. So don't say that Linux is very hard. Actually, Linux is everywhere, including your internet, your server, and at the same time your cell phones are all Linux. That is why it is most trusted and secure operating system all over the world. So I remember way back in my elementary days that we only have Unix and Linux. Unix was one of our big type of computer at our computer laboratory during our elementary, and it is, I think, terminal based, and at the same time Linux was starting that time in the early 1990s. That it's just basically, it's very primitive at that time, but during 95 it's already like changing a lot, and by year 2000 Linux was one of the awesome operating system that we have, and I'm very fortunate to have my computer lab in my elementary days, high school days, and college days, that we are using at the time Unix and Linux, and some of our Windows, I forgot, we have, I think one of our computer laboratory we have the Windows 95 during 1998. Huh, how old am I? I will not tell you. So yeah, so it is very easy to install. So it is very easy, just click install and then you have your Neofetch desktop. So as you can see, we have options right here, the editor's choice. We have the Audacity, the Canon Live, PowerShell, and Skype, Inkscape at the same time. So you can just check out, click that one and then try to install your software. Like for example, let me see, what kind of software are we looking for? Office. So as you can see, if you search for Office, you have so many options. You have only Office right here. You have 365 Office for Linux. Yeah. So we have a lot right here. So you just feel free to look into this. And of course, let's try to see inside the category right here. We have to check this one out, the education. So we have the software education right here. It's basically, we have different like Gcompress right here. We also have the green foot for educational software designed to make learning fun. We have, of course, we have the geographics right here, learning about the geographic programs. LubPlot at the same time for the interactive data visualization and analyzation. And of course your transistor, resistors, and stellarium is also here. So that is inside your education. For our science, we also have the mathematical function plotters right here, including the LubPlot, which is the interactive data visualization analyzation of your data. And at the same time, we have the different types of molecular visualization system, including your resistor, your calculator for the electrical resistor value and tolerance. Of course, you can see also your stellarium right here, and there's a lot more going on right here, so you better check this software center. And of course, don't forget to check your updates, because it is very important to have your updates. Software, let's download VLC, okay, so that let you see how to make a default application into your settings. So it is downloading right now. We are now in the 20%, 30% already. This is very fast actually. Now it is 60-70%, so we could reach like in a second now. So let's minimize that one. There it is. We are now live. So we have the default application VLC as a media player for our music and video, for our audio and video. So it's kind of cool, right? You could set your applications right here as your default. So that's how we set up our default. So I have to close this one. So above right here you have the activities. So for example, if I open Firefox, I'll open the calculator and the other desktop. For example, I'll open the calendar and the other desktop. I'll open the dictionary. So as you can see, if I move it right here, you can see different types of application right here. So you have different types of application showing it to you. Desktop 1, desktop 2, and desktop 3. So we have dictionary right here. What is operating? And then enter. It will look into the internet. And operating system are the computer science software that controls the execution of the computer programs and may provide various services. So that is the operating system. So let's go to the other desktop. We have also the desktop right here. We have the calendar. Let's make this one bigger. Let's go to activities again. Go to the other. We have the website. Not only that, but also we have the calculator right here. Let's open another application like this one. So when I click activities, you can see I have a lot of software open. See? Compared to Windows, it will be like sluggish already, but right here in Linux it is very easy to navigate. So let's close this one. Dictionary, close that one. This also, close it. And I want to close the calculator plus the Ubuntu Software Center and the website. Yes, also the website. I want to close that one. So yep, that is Linux, my kids. You also have the notifications right here. You can turn it off or make it clear, just no notification. You have the calendar right here, time and date, and the keyboard layouts. You also have the different types of notification and the battery that you have. Screenshot right here. Screenshot. Yeah, you can, of course, just particular area, section, or the whole screen, or the whole windows. So it's up to you. You have the video or the screenshot, like taking picture. Power saver, dark mode and light mode, and the night light. This one is the settings right there, and the power button where you can turn off, restart, and log out. If you are a Windows user, you're supposed to be like clicking right here on the window logo, and then you will find out right here. But in Linux Edubuntu, you click right here on the upper right corner and click the power button and click turn off. And then, of course, click turn off, and then you're good to go. So any questions, feel free to drop into our comments down below. And if you want to install alongside with your existing operating system like your Windows, you can also click like alongside with your operating system. And if you want to question and learn different type of operating system, just feel free to inform us. Comment down below and let us see if we could like make the video next time. So conclusion, do I want to use Edubuntu for my daily driver, as my daily driver? Yes, I could. Not only that, but also I could install it into my very old laptop computer that I have that is 10 years old. So anyway, that's it for now for our OS operating system. Catch another episode of OS next time as we introduce you to the Linux operating system, especially for those who haven't tested or tried out the Linux desktop, but they already use the Linux as their mobile devices, like our tablets and mobile phones. So that's it for now for our OS. I'm Blair, saying bye for now and see you in the next episode. And remember that science means knowing, because science is cool. Ciao!